Here's a start to another video. So I've been watching this on Marketplace for a while. Did I need it? No. Is it gonna help with Tina? Oh yeah. This thing has had the floor pans done. It's got 4-wheel disc brakes and it's a rag top, been converted to a rag top. So it's gonna be great. It's loaded full of parts, so we're gonna try to get it to the shop, but someone parked in the way. So now I got to unload it here and try to get it to the shop. All right, more later. We'll go through it all together. Got it that far. It's like a four-wheeler, basically. All right, so we're gonna unpack some of the contents of the 76 here. I've been trying to figure out what the hood is. I think it's a 68. We'll try to decipher the sticker that's still on it, and then try to figure out what fenders they got. We'll look at the stickers once we pull those out. Overall, pretty good. There is still a little bit of rust repair that needs to be done on this guy, but you know, far and away better than Tina. And I think Tina can provide some panels to this to help it out. Now let's open this guy up and see what we got. Now the guy had stored it outside, so it, you know, this was a brand new panel, so I think it can be saved with some sanding and rust treatment, because there's the tag for it. But that's for the lower lip. It looks like I'm going to need to get the wheel well for it, because I don't have one. And then let's see what this guy is. This is the rear one, and I can't make out. I guess I can't read a foreign language, so that's a Brazil one. Rear apron, maybe it says 66 on that, so maybe it's a 66 hood they got on it. But dirt falling out of that. I'm gonna sit this around back, or by the okay, and then we'll trip over that when we go to get the fenders out the back. Let's grab this box. Heavy box. All right. All right, let's see. There we go. So we got like the door seal, or not the door seal, but the molding seal clamp over there. Sit it right there. That's the instructions for the disc brakes, four-wheel disc brakes. I'm gonna sit that right up there because I need that. This is wing beading black, so I guess that's the wing windows seals, both of them brand new. Cracked glove box bezel, rusty glove box door. Still got the vehicle capacity on it. We'll try to take that back down. Got two master cylinders. That one's broke off, and I wonder if they're new and they just rusted. But we'll be checking that out. Rubbers look brand new on them, so just the nipples broke off that guy. We'll see if that goes with the, maybe one, I don't know. We'll see. And then that looks like maybe front glass molding or rear glass. And, speedometer, and wow, if that's true, the car only had 5,900 miles on it, or maybe it's a new speedometer that was put in it, but that's pretty cool. We'll check that out with that trim ring there. rear view mirror assembly. Got some, I'm assuming, brake parts from what it looks like. Little nipples and O-rings, so don't want to lose that. We got a brand new speedometer cable, and the writings wore off that, but that looks like window trim as well, so that's good. All right, hoping that's master cylinder installation. Keep those instructions separate. Brake line, see, ashtray. I wonder if I can touch that pattern up on there. That looks like the ashtray insert maybe for the dash since it got pulled out. Yep, exactly. Okay, Tina didn't have an ashtray, or no, it's Carmagia didn't. Whoa, I'm getting away. This looks like all the dash parts and everything. There's some knobs and some brand new stuff from J-Bugs in there. We're gonna get a better box. And this looks like a brand new pedal assembly. That is sweet. There's a brand new gas pedal. That's good. Not sure what that one is. Maybe old. Oh, and the pedals got the actual pedal covers for it. Awesome. What else we got? What? Oh, the grab handles that are funky. There's the other side of the grill. Washers galore. Oh, I bet that's for the handle for the top. So I was wondering if I had that. It's been converted to a rag top. That's pedal sensors for the brake lights. We got all kinds of new stuff. That is pedal kit, accelerator. Okay, keep that. That's the push pin for the master cylinder. Got brand new front brake lines, and then I guess the old hard lines taken off. That's cool. Is that it? Yeah, that's pretty much it for that box. Stoplight switch. That's what those were there. All right, so that's the Boxo stuff. I don't know if the gas tank is original to this car. I'm gonna need to look down in the tank, make sure it's good. But I mean, a lot of metal work has been done on this guy. A lot. Let me get you guys off the tripod here. So where did my light go? Oh, there it is. Let me take it off. It's trying to track the car. So I'm gonna pause. All right, so a little bit of surface rust under there, but I mean, Tina's got a big hole right there where it's rusted out. The gas tank is very hard to see. It looks a little rusty in there, so I'm not sure that may get replaced. This fender, excuse me, been whammied and all the way up to here. Well, right there. And then I opened the gas door and that guy's rusted out. So I think this car had some significant rust and somebody put a lot of time in on it to get it to where it's at. We'll check underneath once I get it on the lift. The door on this side is great. Down there is great. Little surface rust. Again, it was sitting outside. Now, where these rust out right here, probably a little bit of metal work we can do there so that rust don't bubble out once it's painted. They cut the back end off. They were gonna put in a aftermarket engine, a Zuzu engine or something, the guy said, or some kind of foreign engine. So Tina may have to donate the back wings and bumper brackets for that. The transaxle is brand new starter. I mean, this thing is by far, need to get a little WD-40 on that. Those brakes, got to figure out the parking brake, and then it needs shocks, of course. So the biggest, or not really big, but let me get around this side. The one place that needs rust repairs, that bottom corner there, which that ain't bad. You ought to go see Tina. But brand new floor pans, we're gonna pull those guys out in just a second to look at that rear hood and those fenders to see what year model they are. Here is the rag top. It's been cut in. The bracket just needs to, a little body work, cover up the rust, and she can be painted, which is cool. And then it's a tan top, so I don't know if I'm going to try to find a different color because I wasn't planning on going with anything that would take a tan top. But that's to be determined. I've nicknamed this car the Doghouse Bug because, of course, it put me in the doghouse. Oh, we'll call the shop the doghouse for now, I guess. All right, give me a second. I'll get you guys back on the tripod and we'll pull those fenders out. All right, put my light right there. So let's see if I can get these guys out without tearing them up too bad. They've been beat up pretty good. One's already got some rust on it. Sorry for the noise. Yeah, suckers on. I think they're still usable. Got a little surface rust, but of course these, paint on here is just to kind of help protect it in shipping. Beetle. So it's definitely not the big headlight that the 76 would be, and because it goes down more into that tail there. Cannot tell because that sticker is messed up. Yeah, that's the left rear. So we're gonna sit it right over. Yeah, she's gonna need a little loving to get her in there. All right, you sit there, don't go nowhere. Let's get this front one out. All right, there's the sticker inside. So 66. So they must planned on going 66 on this. From Maxi Car 58 to 66. And I like that look. So I'm not opposed to that. I just don't have those lights and blinkers and stuff like I have on Tina. So we'll have to figure that out. So let's see, we're gonna sit you back here. I'll trip over you in a minute. See what else we got in here. The other fenders. All right, something's on top of that. Be right back. All right, come on. Something jingling. Heavy box. And this car probably would have been better if he wouldn't have left it sitting outside. But I told you I was going to trip over that. Let's see what we got. Oh, wow. Brand new running boards. Brand new. Would you look at that? If you can. I can't see the camera, so. Oh, yeah. Brand new running boards for it. That is awesome. And there's the hardware. And I guess that's the trim piece. Is that the bottom of the door trim piece? We'll figure that out too. That's cool. That one's kind of come off the panel, but that may be good for painting it. All right, I want to get that rear apron lid out. Okay, so no sticker on that, but you guys tell me, is that a 66? I'm assuming it is since the fenders are. And not all banged up, so that's a benefit. Okay, the other two fenders are in there, but a lot of glass. I just want to get these fenders out of the way because I want to see these floor pans. That was my biggest concern with Tina. And I like Tina a lot, but this one I can actually do a full paint on, and the wife will probably drive it more that way. Let's see. Yep, that is 49 to 67. So that's odd that the two fenders are different, but y'all let me know in the comments if that 67 and I guess that covers the same year. Maybe this one was just purchased differently as that one. And the heater channels look great. I'm going to run a light up in there just to make sure everything's good there. I see some fiberglass that I didn't see before. Let me reposition you guys. Okay, let me go open that driver's door, and it's pretty tight. Like I said, it's been closed forever. Needs a little greasing. Of course, everything's gonna fall. So I see some fiberglass here. So yeah, they put fiberglass there for rust repair. A little around there. So this guy was probably pretty rusted out. There's a dirt dauber. But that don't even work. So get the inspection cover off. That side looks good. I just want to make sure these heater channels and the glass is all in this. That part of the dash fell out for the speaker. Let me put it over here with the rest. So, oh man, that hurt. Yeah, so the repair down in this panel is fiberglass, so I may cut that out because I got some extra sheet metal right there, and get rid of this. I don't know if that's just Bondo there or fiberglass filler they put, but we may check that. I mean, we got it this far, we might as well not make it a show car, but we just don't want it to rust out in the future and become Tina. So I can do some of this little stuff myself. And this guy was blue before. I was wondering what the original color was. A darker blue than Tina was. Tina was like a baby blue. So let's see here. I definitely don't want to break glass. Go back this way. We're gonna go get this in a safe location because my self will break it. Is this? Holy cow, is that carpet for it? Oh man. I don't know. I don't know if that's just a solid piece of gray carpet or if that even is carpet or just fabric they had. Interesting. I thought it was all wrapped up in there. Okay. It's not a VW carpet kit, but we shall see. See what's in the packing blankets. And just a little surface rust where they let her sit out in the weather. What's in this one? Nothing. It's just a packing blanket. All right. Packing blanket that needs to be with the glass. Okay, let's see what windows we have on that side. Okay. That's not a good angle. Okay, let's pull out the glass from the other side. Don't hit my head again. I may see blood on the channel today. There's the old dash pad, not in the greatest of shape. Cracks. We'll have to see how Tina's is. That's something that can always be replaced. There's some sheet metal they left with it because they did the rear wheel wells and stuff. The package tray is gone, so definitely gonna need that panel. But these guys are pretty rusty and crusty, so Tina may donate hers. We'll see. Sit that back there. Yeah, this guy, the housing on that's pretty bad. So I bet this guy was a rusty Tina and somebody just lost interest in it. Need a sole mat. There's a standard rear window, no pop out. I like the pop outs, so I may be looking at pop outs. Another nice sole mat. And front glass. The glass is pretty good. I guess we'll see. It's original. There you go. And I think that's it. Another crusty. Yeah, there's a little rust in that heater channel, but Tina's you grab right there and you go straight through. But I'm gonna run a light up in there and see. This back corner got some fiberglass, but that's probably fine for what we're going for. We don't want $1 million restoration. We just want the driver. So we need to check fuel lines. All this rust is, or repair has been done to the front firewall and the front kick panels there. We'll check these guys out, make sure they're solid as all get out. Because the worst thing to do would be to put money into a paint job and then for it to just rust out again. So the steering wheel needs to be bolted in. Then I wanted a rag top, and now I pretty much got a rag top. Got to figure out how the headliners work for these guys and go from there. Yeah, a little bit of rust down there. I just saw that right where the, well, can't remember. Are the clutches on these things hydraulic? Because that will have to be fixed down there for sure. So I need to get it on the lift, see what kind of repairs they did. I still think for the price I got this for what it is ooh, almost hit my head again. It's definitely worth the money, even though we still got a little bit of repair to do on it, like this front fender on this side. You guys let me know what you think. Am I crazy for using some of the metal off Tina? This ain't still in good shape for this one. I gotta try to find a few of the panels. I don't really want to cut the whole fender attachment off over there, but with the gas thing rusted out, I think it might be worth scabbing in some of Tina. So to the VW experts out there, is this floor pan put in correctly? Is, I haven't really looked at Tina's underneath to see, but I think there's supposed to be a gasket in there. So I know I can seam seal that, but I want to make sure it's done pretty much right so there's no issues. But I don't see, I see a gap there. I'll look on the inside to see if I see any light coming through. But you guys in the comments, let me know. I know this one's rolled up right here where it got hit. And then that definitely needs some rust treatment or surface rust treatment underneath. It looks like they may have done that whole wheel well at one point. As you can see the little tacks, but she's a little rough. She needs some help, so we shall see. So I used my camera, borescope camera, with the heater channels. They look pretty good. There's some surface rust in there. One patch on the driver's side I saw with the fiberglass. I mean, there's some surface rust in there. You guys let me know what you think. Would you try to run a rust preventer up in there just to coat it after you kind of clean it out? Just so they don't rust out or slow the progression of rust, how that will work. My next question for VW guys, and please comment, these sail panels back here, since these are 66 fenders, I guess they were trying to stick with the ragtop year, the last 66, 67, I think 67 was the last year of the ragtop, since they did the ragtop with those fenders and everything. Do I need to look for specific sail panels and bumper brackets for a 66, or will my 73 out there suffice? I guess mainly for the rear apron and bonnet to fit correctly. So that is a big question to ask. I guess, I don't want to cut Tina up if I don't have to, even though I won't be keeping Tina once this one's, because I'll be using Tina's engine in this one. Let me know what you guys think on that. That way I get the right thing and don't order too much of the wrong thing. I know I got to order the package tray, and I'll do some measurements to make sure I get the correct one, I guess, for the 76. But this one's going to be a little while. I am getting started on the Carmagia up there, getting those floor pans in. Hopefully the end of this weekend or next week, I'm ready to get that done. I want to drive that car, and then I'll get it up for sale. I want to play with it a little bit and enjoy it. I guess I'm also going to need the engine compartment metal in there as well. So yeah, lots of questions since that's missing. All right, well, I'm gonna finish this video up out here with Tina. I really like the look of this bug though. It's really cool. But the wife said it looks like Sanford and Son out here, so I gotta get started on some projects. You guys let me know what you think. I appreciate the help. Definitely want to know what y'all think about harvesting some of Tina good sheet metal, or if I just need to go ahead and spend the money and do that one and just take the engine out of Tina and then kind of go from there. The seats and everything are coming out of this and recovered and going in that one, since they have the same mounting brackets. That will save me a little bit of money, a little, because I got to get their new upholstery. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit that subscribe button. It's free. Need to get as many subscribers as we can. That way I can get on these projects and new year and new projects and finish old projects that have been sitting for 2 years. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys have a great new year.